Hi there, it is day 36 in this season of Lent, and it is Tuesday, and our readings are Isaiah 49, 1-7, Psalm 71, 1-14, 1 Corinthians 1, 18-31, and John 12, 20-36. As we move through this season and through this Holy Week on this Tuesday, we discover the emphasis in these passages as God's calling. And what we discover is that as God has called one to be his servant, we also see the divine power of God recognized through the costly humiliation that Jesus will have to go through. And what we discover in particular as we look at the passages is that, for instance, in 1 Corinthians, we find the contrast of human wisdom with the foolishness of the cross. Because what we discover is that while the world looks at wisdom in one way, we need to understand that God looks at it differently. The world sees the cross as foolishness, but we see it as that which brings life to us, because we need to understand and recognize that Jesus came as a servant, a suffering servant, and in the midst of his humiliation and the ultimate death on the cross, we see the triumphant, redemptive work of Christ demonstrated for us. I think it's really important that we always remember this, that the servant that Christ came to be was not a servant like we would understand it, but a servant who was willing to give all that he had, his very life, for each one of us. And so as we continue through this season of Lent and through this Holy Week, might you recognize and see that God's work is done through that which the world sees as foolishness, and that it is through God's work that we have redemption.